apparently, Roseanne's son, I guess, has an issue with the QAnon stuff. It's Jake confronts Roseanne on QAnon, which is weird because he seems as all in on it as she does. So I just want to jump into this and see if this is what it says it is, or if it's what's on the tin. You know what I mean? Inside. I've heard that. You know. I just want to, yeah. And then I'm gonna watch the rest of the Tucker Carlson thing on my own time, and if there's a clip worth showing, I'll find it for you.
Quick, if you can give me 1 second.
People are so fucking stupid. I can't take it no more, and there's no drugs that help me. There's no antidepressants that's helping me with this shit.
Well, I think yelling about it.
Goldberg, she's getting paid to do this, having this old age nervous breakdown shit, but she's getting paid to lie. Now, you got to have script writers to lie. I can do this all day because it's true. I can do The View and be all 5 bitches and off the top of my own head.
Well, I think you might have actually gotten to what the problem might actually be, if I may. Also, I tried to turn the volume down, but fuck me.
Fuck you.
No, fuck you. Fuck you, lady.
Hollywood.
And this.
Fuck you, Hollywood. The View tapes in New York.
This is an antidepressant, this podcast, whether you admit to it or not. You get to come on here and bitch.
It makes me mentally healthy when I see myself. As you know, I'm my largest fan.
I keep seeing your eyes switch on yourself.
I just love myself.
No, a lot of people love you. All right, let's do this real quick, and then we'll get back.
I love how completely out of it I am. Sometimes I wake up and go, "Is that you? What are you doing?"
Yeah, now you know what it's like to be the rest of us.
Yeah, your China-Ukraine thing was a little out there. I'm going to talk to you
I
about
read it on the internet. Don't say that. You don't know.
That's not anything. A good argument. Time to put me back to bed, Granny. That's
Listen,
the thing.
You know nothing about Q. You think Q is. You think it's ridiculous.
It is.
I do.
The R word. So we disagree. Well, because you don't read the laws and orders of the government. That's why you think.
I used to follow it and nothing came true. So after a certain point, you're lied to so many times, you're like, I'm not going to follow this anymore. That's just where I come from. You're like, oh, I'll just keep following it until, like a year from now. And I think at some point you got to go, I don't know if this is serving me or working.
They televise the tribunals that are going on the ships off every coast.
I'll be with you. Hey,
in about a year. She's like, when they televise the tribunals that are going on the ships in about a year, meaning, by the way, Q has said multiple times that Hillary Clinton's dead, that Biden's dead, that at one point they announced that Hillary Clinton had been killed for a second time, and everyone's like, wasn't she already hung during when Trump lost, didn't he take care of it? And they're like, oh, we hung her clone. And everyone's like, what the fuck did her clone do wrong? I mean, honestly, a clone isn't responsible for the sins that it didn't commit, right? It's like, it was just born. I mean, isn't that like killing a baby right after birth?
I want you to be real.
Then you'll go, Ma, you were right, and I was an idiot again. And I don't know if I'll be
again. That's nice.
Alive then, but
I don't think
I will, so that I can say I told you so.
I was right.
It in the bag. They got it in the bag. They do.
I was right.
I thought everyone thinks I'm crazy. Good.
No, I don't think you're crazy. I think you're
gullible.
You'll sometimes
sappy.
You'll twist something because it sounds good to you, and I like to be a little bit more objective and go, is that real or not? Because if it's not real, I'm not going to waste my time. Like, I think the Wuhan virus came from Wuhan, China, and I think Fauci was behind it. Like, you and I are pretty much on the same page.
I think Fauci was behind it. The actual release of it, is that the idea? I mean, because that's pretty vague. Put up or shut up, motherfucker.
99% work in the Ukraine and then sent it to Wuhan.
I see. So Fauci created the COVID virus in Ukraine and then sent it to Wuhan, and they released it on purpose.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're right.
Fauci is a little, you know who Fauci looks just like? Don't you think Satan looks just like Fauci?
No, actually. No. I think he looks like Dave Grohl in the Tenacious D video, doesn't he? Play the best song in the world, or I'll eat your soul.
I'm not sure what Satan looks like, but yeah, I think Fauci looks.
Also, if Satan took human form, wouldn't he be like super handsome? Wouldn't he look like John?
Looks like Satan.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, Fauci looks just like a Satan.
I mean, I think Satan looks like Fauci. That was the joke. I mean, I think we know what Satan looks like.
Well, I will say that like in the 20s and 30s, a lot of the pictures of the devil that floated around, he got a specifically kind of like Jewish nose, and the idea is that Italians have bigger noses as well, and it was used as sort of across Europe as a kind of like the Jews and the Italians are all fucking in it together, and they're all mixed race, and they're all dirty, and they're all dangerous, and that's where that whole big nose thing came from. They used that or whatever. Is that what you mean? I think it's what you mean.
But anyway, let's do this real quick.
Satan called up over there at the Vatican. He's like, "Hey, I got to resign, guys. Once I see this Fauci, I got to get out of the business. Even I can't stomach it." And he resigned. Did you know that?
I did. Satan stepped down. Well, let me tell you this real quick. I didn't sleep last night because I actually was thinking about this. They're coming after Trump. This is something we'll talk about later in the episode, but it looks like he's going to lose that New York fraud case and be hit with like a $380 million bill. Now, this is speculation, but it looks that way. And I was thinking about Alex Jones being hit with $1 billion, and Rudy Giuliani got like 200 million, and they canceled you. And it's like every step of the way they've been silencing, and Ken Paxton, who was on last week, was getting lawfared into bankruptcy, and all this stuff about misinformation. But not once have they gone after Fauci, who openly lied, even said like the mask. He just said it like a few months ago. He's let it slip out like that 6 foot thing that was not based on science after telling us for 2 years. So how come only one side is getting?
Yeah, there's a huge difference between, let's say, like going after women you sexually assaulted, and somebody going, we tried stuff and it wasn't particularly helpful, like 6 foot distancing. By the way, you know about the lack of harm from 6 foot distancing? That'd be the first do no harm thing. That's why it worked.
Getting sued into oblivion or called liars or disinformation. But the other side that pushed the Russian hoax, this whole fucking TDS anti-Trump move, Fauci, all you name.
Oh, that's TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, or whatever. It couldn't possibly be that we don't like the fact that he partied with Epstein for decades, that he wished Ghislaine Maxwell well, that he was a fake fucking billionaire, that he stole from charities, that his own son can't have a charity in New York anymore because he stole from fucking St. Jude's. It couldn't possibly be that he's just a fucking scumbag. It has to be that we're all deranged. Meanwhile, Joe Biden is the most, I guess, evil, crooked, corrupt politician ever.
It down the list.
Corrupted the FISA courts, corrupted the FBI, corrupted the Department of Justice.
Lied under oath. A FBI agent pled guilty to falsifying evidence.
No, he changed one of the FISA warrants to make it less likely that they would be able to continue their warrant on Carter Page, who can go fuck himself, and in an attempt to benefit Trump while Trump was president.
Schiff read lies in Congress to go after Trump for the Russia hate. None of that. Not only have they not been in trouble, like he got censored. None of them have been sued for disinformation. None of them are getting hit with hundreds of millions of dollars lawsuits. So this is the thing. It's like
that's because the Schiff thing is him, paraphrasing what Trump said, because the actual dialogue of the call was in the record, so everybody can go, is that what he said exactly? Oh, I see. He's speaking allegorically. Fucking hell.
Question is, and then
we'll sue Disney, as you know, not one lawyer in this country would take the case.
No, they won't, because Disney owns pretty much every lawyer in this country. And anyway,
Disney owns pretty much every lawyer in this country. I gotta say, tell that to Gina Carano, I guess.
I want to say,
I'm glad to see they lost their case against De Sanctimonious.
We're going to talk about that too, but I just want to.
So I guess he was able to find lawyers then?
What's it going to take for our liberal friends and family members to see that it's really only one side that's being punished and sued into oblivion? And at one point, if you're...
Well, I tell you what, when you when I tell you that people who attack people or burn businesses down and shit like that during the riots of 2020 were actually put in jail and stuff, and you suck that up and realize that that's true, or that Antifa didn't just get a pass and they don't just release fucking people, and that more people committed violence on January 6th than have actually been arrested, and a lot of people were given a fucking pass as long as they said they'd never do it again, or they turned themselves in early, and the only people that are in fucking jail are people who were like, fuck you, judge, you let me out and I'll do this again. Once you admit to that part, then we'll start having a conversation.
Or liberal. You say the word conservative, we got to go constitutional. You're right, mind control. Well, if you're a liberal or you're someone that's liberal with laws, you want liberty, you want freedom.
Right. Yes, I'm a liberal.
At some point you have to go, hey, only one side's being punished. That's
because only one side committed a crime. Seriously. That's admit to that part then. Punish for what? You got two sets of things. The Biden documents, the Trump documents. What is Trump actually being, what is he actually being charged with? Is it the unlawful retention of those documents? No, it's the conspiracy to unlawfully retain those documents.
Not liberty. What's it going to take? That's all I want to know. So that was such a brilliant point you made. I want you to finish that. You're a constitutionalist, or whatever the word you used is, not a conservative.
Somebody dying of tuberculosis.
Radical-based constitutionalist.
She's a radical-based constitutionalist.
I love
AKA Q follower.
that. Should we have a political party?
Yes, do that. Start your own political party.
Name?
Well, I think that we need to.
Yeah, and everybody in your party, when they sing the national anthem, can grab their crotch and spit.
Let people know about it and talk about it. Because people need to consider new ideas and new words. Because
new words like radical and based and constitutionalist, and you put them all together. That's a new word. I mean, why? I think the real question is, why do we put spaces between words anyways? Isn't that just what the man wants you to do?
Like I said, they've shat on every word, both sides really. You know why they do, because they're trying to cover up the words that matter most, which is bankrupt. And
the word bankrupt is that's the word of the week. Thanks, Roseanne.
What do you think of the lawsuit, the countersuit? So DeSantis took away the special tax. That's what we want to talk about. The special tax exempt status of Disney, your favorite employer of all time, I assume, right? Disney was the best.
The best.
Great job, guys. Way to protect the fam. Oh, look, it did a little thumbs up. I like how they fired you, but they'll just.
He's using Apple products. He had the same thing that happened to Phil Bittner.
Hire a pedophile like once a week and just do whatever they want. But anyway, so they.
Okay, so you want another lawsuit? So that's the idea. They fire her for racism because she calls a high-ranking black official a monkey, essentially. And then your backup is they wouldn't take the lawsuit where you were going to fight back against them firing you for cause because you're not allowed to be racist and in their employ. That obviously that overtly and directly, I suppose. And then your follow-up is well, they hire a pedophile a week, so shrug. Why do you think that started after you left? So you were happy to take their money and you knew that about them? Is that what you're telling me? That you're only mad at them after they fired you?
Countersued Ron DeSantis saying you're messing with our money, and the case just got thrown out. That just happened. So congrats. Any loss against Disney is a win for America.
A win for the world.
Well, then why aren't you suing? Why don't you just sue them on your own? Don't even get a lawyer. Just do it. Write your own papers. I would go to law. It's a win for the world.
I know too.
Take one for the world, Roseanne.
Really? They're trying to get their,
No, I don't.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, we know you don't know, but say it anyways.
I shouldn't say anything because
you'll slander or malign them in such a way that you'll get sued and you'll lose.
I just shouldn't say anything.
Are you going to say something? Are you going to get us canceled?
No.
You wish.
I don't want to have any enemies in this world except for, I mean, I already have the devil as my enemy. So,
Well, yeah, but he retired, so I guess you do want. And I mean, you could have been nice to Fauci, I guess. Well, he's the new replacement.
I don't need any more. I just want to have the devil be the one I talk against, because that's kind of
Generic.
what God I think that's what God considers intelligence to be.
Really? You don't think God would consider intelligence being like acting in a compassionate way towards your fellow and saying, get thee behind me, Satan, and effectively focusing on the good parts of life? Or does God really want you to just like go against the devil so hard that you malign and bear false witnesses to your fellow humans all the time in an attempt to kind of cred swap with Jesus?
I agree.
He doesn't want us to fight each other. That's a waste of time anyway.
That's okay though, because Fauci's obviously not a human being, so you're cool.
That take like 2 billion years, because you get rid of one asshole, 500 million assholes step up.
Well, that's ladies. I don't know why ladies like to date assholes. I guess that's how it is.
Next, you got to go to the source. It's about the source.
Yeah, the source of assholes. Didn't God create assholes? I guess.
So we're in a war against Satan.
Yeah, we're in a big war with Satan. And
sure, Satan, Disney, Fauci. What's the difference?
Satan, he hates thinking.
Yeah, that's the one thing that drives him crazy is the whole thinking.
Yeah.
That's why the tree of knowledge thing was, oh, wait.
He hates science.
Huh? The devil hates science. I see. So was he the one who I guess killed Copernicus? Right.
And proof. And he hates fact. And
yeah, fact. Well, I mean, technically speaking, if he's extratemporal and a spiritual being, he lives in an existence that is beyond material reality, which means all the facts and things we consider facts, like obviously gravity, shit like that, those aren't facts to him. So maybe they're just annoying.
He hates love, and he hates unity.
That must be exhausting.
Unity and liberty, he hates that. And
are you kidding me? Why? What? One would think, isn't God the one with the rules? So technically speaking, isn't the devil all about liberty? Just a little too much, I guess.
Really hates the liberty of women.
Well, then why does he turn them into libertines?
Really despise that one because.
Then why are religious conservatives trying to limit the freedom of women? Oh, because the devil. I see. So you're saying that like Mike Johnson is Satan. Gotcha. Okay, good. All right. Well, I'm just trying to clarify.
If women are not held down and oppressed, and
like Texas, you mean, or
if they are not, under constant threat of existential threat.
Threat of that's the worst kind. The threat of existential threat. You know what I mean? Like it's like the fear of being scared. You know what I mean? Whew, it's a big. Think about that for a while.
Then he can't.
I have fearophobia. You must be panicked all the time.
Can't get their kids as easy, and that's what he really likes. He likes that kid blood, and that's what keeps him going.
Well, why? There are no kids in hell. Kids automatically go to heaven if they're killed or whatever. So it doesn't matter. The blood won't sustain them because it's a material thing. By the way, that would be is that a fact? Because I think he would hate that. It's a fact that he likes kid blood.
And
isn't kid blood a rapper? Never mind.
If we had stronger moms and women in this world,
then we'd have to stop them because obviously they would be so full of liberty that the devil would hate that. And so luckily we have the government of Texas to
I think that's right where we're sitting now.
Well, the devil hates thinking, so, and he must hate sitting as well.
We do have that kind of a world now.
No.
Because I think a lot of men are like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's true. I do that. I say that phrase all the time. As a man, it's one of my go-tos. Hey, wait a minute. Oftentimes when I'm listening to you, I'll say that. Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, wait a minute. We're supposed to be men that protect children. That's why I like that movie that was The Sound of Freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though those guys are whatever, all men are kind of compromised. But anyway.
What? Hey, wait a minute. As a man, hang on. You do realize your son is... Now, maybe that's who she's talking... I see. Okay, maybe that's who she's talking about. By all men, she means her own son.
Was like a wake-up call to men going, wow, look at men. Hey, we're supposed to protect kids. Who knew? We forgot that one, didn't we? Hey, this is...
Hey! I just saw the devil outside the window.
Some serious shit. We got to get on this.
Yeah, that's what everybody said when they saw that movie. I saw it, and I was like, that's the, when they said based on a true story, this actually isn't what happened. As a matter of fact, neither of these kids was in another country. They were both from like Temecula. They were like north of San Diego. They were in the daughter wasn't abducted at all. And they were both like the boy was preyed on, but by the mom, like from their landlord or some shit like that. Like
that blew my mind. That was a good man message that we hadn't heard for maybe ever, but a long time.
Maybe ever? Fuck you. You haven't seen John Wick? Jesus Christ. The man's wife dies of cancer, leaves him a goddamn dog, and then they kill his dog. Fuck you. Man the shit out of that movie.
I mean, it used to be in the Westerns, but we kind of lost that man protector thing.
Kinda. Is it Outlaw Josie Wales? No, it's Pale Rider, where he rapes the woman when he shows up in town, and it comes back to haunt him later on because he's that tough. While we're on the subject of Westerns, Jesus.
Because Satan called it toxic masculinity and the patriarchy and got into people's minds in the mid-'80s and mid-'90s and started bastardizing all of that shit. And he did that to get to the kids. I said that for a long time. Now that we're saying it's Satan, this is great. Because I used to think that feminist, but I think it is purely.
Yeah, what's the difference, though? Feminist, Satan, feminists. Honestly, isn't the devil a woman? That's why he attacks men all the time. Get your shit together.
Satan. And he did separate.
That's just one of the ways he did it. Yeah. But that's just one of the ways, not the only.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got so many names.
Only way, yeah.
No, he attacks from all angles, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I blame hot stuff from the old Richie Rich cartoons. Just normal. The greatest lie the devil ever told was that he's actually friends with Richie Rich.
It's about separating.
This man is swimming in pussy.
The mother and the father and the family unit. I mean, it's clear. And liberty and American exceptionalism, because you can't have strong family with guns.
And Ukrainian freedom. And oh, no. So Ukrainians wanting to be free like Americans and loving America and believing in us even more than we believe in ourselves sometimes. Russia attacking them. They're the devil. So Russia's on the right side of Russia's doing God's work in this.
The way he don't like families, and he doesn't like extended families.
Yeah, that's the thing. Satan doesn't like you to have a brother and sister, but he fucking hates when you have cousins. What?
And he doesn't like neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. If I learned anything from the Bible, it's that Satan is anti-suburb. Holy shit. Thanks, Edward, for the super chat. This is fucking amazing. And thank you, Loretta. And Hal, please put proud Biden voter back under your name. It's so good to see. Thank you. Oh yeah, I'll put it on there. It was on the other software. I will add that. Yes.
that are extended families, nor does he like
neighborhoods that are extended. What? My neighbors are my extended family? You mean I can't have sex with my neighbors anymore? What the fuck?
communities that
Yeah, communities. You know, that's why he hates no. He hates communities, so he loves communism. No. He hates communism. He must hate hate communes, community. Sure. It makes total sense. The devil hates communism. Clearly God is a communist. Thanks, Roseanne.
come together in,
Well, he hates circle jerks, obviously.
by and for the people to create legislation that has to do with the children who live in that community and their ability to get educated and have health.
So the devil hates public education. So anybody who speaks against public education, this is fucking nuts. You're right. I should have Tom Arnold on the show. Tom, I know you watch occasionally. Come on the show. I gotta fucking. We don't even have to talk about this nonsense. I just feel bad for you, and I feel like, Jesus Christ,
Healthcare be taken care of and not be used as products to be stolen from their working class mothers largely and put into a foster system to be trafficked by this government. And
but it's okay if they're fostered, they're put in the foster system and trafficked by Trump's government. Then
see,
no, I don't actually.
That is what people are starting to see.
Right. Yes. I was, I didn't know where you were going. And then I realized you're not going anywhere. That's okay. I thought I was going to have to try and fit a weird thought in my head, and then there just wasn't one. So good.
And a lot of them haven't seen it yet. A lot of us see it, and
sure, we do. Us, you, me, Marianne Williamson, we all get it.
How worldwide it is, and
oh yeah, mega worldwide. Oh dear God.
For how long it's been going on, and a lot, not enough, but I think it grows all the time.
Holy shit. I feel like I owe Vladimir Putin an apology, because fuck, like I thought his ramble was bad. I think Tucker Carlson's probably sitting there, well, he's kind of going on a bit, but hey, I could be listening to Roseanne's bullshit like her son is after she just told her own son that men are all compromised.
Really no. And we finally see. And I think 2024, well, I thought it was 2023 was.
Yeah. But I mean, everybody's off. I mean, imagine how embarrassed the 2012 crowd is. And don't get me started on Y2 fucking K.
When we really see, and I think we did.
Yeah, did, do, are, will, can be, maybe.
But 2024 is when we bust down the door.
That's right. We'll bust down the door and realize we have the wrong address. That's rough when that happens.
I hope so.
I hope so. I hope somebody busts down your door this year, Roseanne. That would be hilarious. During the podcast, when they find out what's on this asshole's hard drive. Because I got to tell you, there's like... he looks like somebody... Your son looks like someone who gets a mugshot based on what's on their hard drive. I'm just saying.
But I think that is happening. And
sure, I mean, the door is being basically kicked down. It's already been kicked down if you think about it. But it's still going to get kicked down after it's already been kicked down, thank God.
It's just too apparent.
I thought you were going to say too hot to handle.
It is so we can see that not only is the emperor naked riding
I would close my drapes if I were
through
you.
Town, but he's
dragging a bunch of kids.
Was getting a thrill out of, having everybody to look at his schlong and
I don't think that's how the story in the now I don't think that's how the story went. I think the idea was that he had no idea that he was naked and not that he was just perving out. What the fuck do I know? You're the one who can see this all clearly.
Covered in gold.
He thought his schlong was covered in gold.
But that's
Wait a minute! Don't say yeah. What the fuck?
your schlong and think it was covered in gold.
Why are you nodding at schlong, sir? Sir, what do you do? I know it's your mother, and I know you gotta humor her occasionally, but don't nod when your mom says schlong covered in gold. It's fucking weird.
But that's kind of like now. And
it is. It's a lot like now. It is. That's my bad. You're right. I thought it wasn't, but I was, yeah.
And, you know, they're walking down the street naked.
With golden schlongs? Is this an Austin Powers episode? Did she just see Goldmember for the first time? Can I paint as you who gold? It's kind of my thing. How about no? You crazy Dutch bastard.
Flinging their ding-dongs around in kids' faces. And
sorry, I had to peel that image out of my brain and throw it away. It is my own like personal version of like anti-Roseanne Reiki I have to do occasionally when I'm listening. Oh god.
Old ladies like myself, who don't want to see it.
You got something against the color gold, or?
And telling us we have to see it. And
I'm not saying her son should clear her browser history, but her son should clear her browser history.
That's not enough of a thrill for them.
Well, no, absolutely not. I mean, if you're not going to look.
They now have to spread their butt cheeks and put.
That's her son, by the way, right there. That's her son.
Put it right on our nose.
Wait a minute. Run that by me again. What was they have to do what now?
They now have to spread their butt cheeks and put it right on our nose.
I don't know what version of the Emperor's New Clothes has she been reading?
They can't.
What do you mean, Don't say to your fucking mom when she's talking like this. She's your mother. Go, what the fuck are you talking about?
Get enough of the humiliation of the working people. And it just sickens
I left a rosebud in there for you. Oh.
me. But
it seems ritualistic. Are you when you say they? I just always like to have people clarify because I know people are listening.
Obviously, she means the wrong kind of Jews. I think is what she called Zelensky.
You're going. She's talking about gays in New York, and it's not that. So could you just specify a little so we don't get too much trouble?
Why? Because you got to go to New York next week, and some of your friends will get upset, and you haven't told her yet.
Unless you want to get in trouble.
What?
You're talking about the emperor has no clothes. So you're talking about like a worldwide system of child and human trafficking. I mean, let's call it what it is.
Pharaoh.
You know.
It's a system of
Babylon.
It's a system of Babylon.
A system of Babylon. I see. So that's why you're babbling on. Okay. All right. Now it all starts to make sense.
Again, in Babylon, where there's a king and, you know.
Iraq, you mean? In Iraq?
His minions at the very tippy top of it.
Of his golden schlong?
So you're not talking about...
Or are we still talking about his butthole? Oh, God. How did I get trapped in this video?
Like a standard gay guy in New York, you know, at a parade. That's all I'm getting at. I know.
Because I have a parade next week, Mom. And
I know how people think. When you say
I'm also including that. Those are the people right now. That's cancel culture. They're the people walking around swinging their schlongs in everybody's face, including old women like myself that don't want to see their schlongs. and telling us we have to. And then those same people are the ones
spreading their butt cheeks and putting their chocolate starfish on the end of your nose. Yeah, we got that part. Catch me up on who they are. So you're basically saying run-of-the-mill gay people. Great, cool. And so I'm starting to understand why you hate Disney at this point, it seems, because of your preconceived notion about who they are and what kind of programming they make.
saying I'm offensive. Okay,
Right.
Hello. Something's needs to be seen here. Something is happening here.
Mm-hmm. What it is, it ain't exactly clear, though, so...
Remember that Bob Dylan song? And you don't know what it is, do you, Mr. Jones?
Right.
But
I think that wasn't that Hootie and the Blowfish or Counting Crows? Mr. Jones and me.
something is happening here, and it is like, hey, wait a minute, the guy's fucking naked.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I right along with hang on a minute. That's the other statement I probably say right after hang on a minute. I go, the guy's fucking naked. Those do follow. Oh shit.
Yeah, literally.
And he took all our money.
Huh?
He took
What guy are we talking about? Don't tell her to not bash gay dudes in parades and then go, yeah, literally, sometimes
all
they
our
are.
money.
All right, that's it. That's how she ends it. Thanks for wrapping it up. Wow. I gotta say, we might fuck Vladimir Putin, but what I can say about him is that while his ramble is bullshit and manipulative, at least it's more coherent in its craziness than what we just watched from Roseanne. So, also for the record, if you want to see Satan on the planet right now, pretty close to this guy. I mean, literally in the process of lying to you to make it look like he's not culpable for what he's actually doing and is in charge of a lot of death and human trafficking and murder and that kind of stuff and drug trafficking and all that. I would just say it's kind of a little on the nose, actually. Look at the red in the flag. I'm just saying, it's kind of telling. Anyways, chat room, I love you guys. I went a little bit long tonight. I'm gonna go watch the rest of that Tucker Carlson interview if I have a piece to pull from it. I'll let you guys know.
See region.
Get out of there. And then I'll see if I can, if there's a fucking point other than the one that I actually pointed out, which is that he's just trying to manipulate Tucker Carlson into saying that this is historical land of ours and we should just be able to take it anytime we fucking want to, which is bullshit insanity. So love you guys. Take care of yourself and take care of somebody else. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. And then regular shows tomorrow. Regular timing on the shows tomorrow. And then after it, more than likely, tomorrow night I'm going to drive back to LA and do the radio show Saturday from LA, God help me. So I'll bring my laptop and the other gear and hopefully it'll work out. Because Nerd Halen is playing LA Kings Fest on Saturday. And then back here Sunday. And then I'm going to be doing my show from out of town either Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll figure it out. But anyways, love you guys. Whew, can't believe we made it through. I need to go wash my fucking brain or something. Yikes. Oh, and another thing.